A creator earns $400,000 a year for 5 years. That is $2 million in gross revenue. Net worth, under $200,000. The reason is not overspending. It is one missing line item. Never built into the business, never given a dollar amount. Here is how $2 million disappears without anyone being reckless. Start with taxes. At $400K gross, federal brackets put a meaningful slice in the 32 to 35% range. Add self-employment tax, 15.3% on net earnings. Add state taxes on top. The effective combined rate lands around 33 to 37%. That is $132,000 to $148,000 gone before a single business decision is made. Over 5 years, $660,000 to $740,000 to taxes alone, not to bad decisions. To the standard rate every self-employed creator at this level pays. Now subtract reinvestment. Creators at this tier typically put 50 to 70% of post-tax income back into the business. Editors, equipment, software, thumbnail design, merch production, a part-time assistant. At roughly $260,000 net, that is $130,000 to $182,000 per year cycled back into content. Over 5 years, $650,000 to $910,000 reinvested. None of it tracked against a return on capital framework. None of it capped at a deliberate rate. All of it necessary to stay competitive, so it rarely gets questioned. So what's left? Roughly $78,000 to $130,000 per year. About $6,500 to $10,000 a month. That feels livable. It is livable, so it becomes lifestyle. Rent, gear upgrades, a nicer setup, normal spending for someone making $400K a year, no savings row on the P&L, no wealth line, no automatic transfer to an investment account. Every dollar that clears taxes and reinvestment hits the checking account, and spendable money gets spent. That is just how money works. That is the trap. And it is not a spending problem. The standard financial independence framework: accumulate 25 times your annual expenses at a 4% withdrawal rate. For a creator living on this income, that math lands at approximately $2.75 million to $3.5 million. After 5 years of $400,000 income, net worth sits at $180,000. The FI target is $2.75 to $3.5. Current position, $180K. The gap between Raud and financial independence is not a spending gap. It is a head start he does not have. 5 years of $400K income, and the FI number is still 15 times away. That gap widens every year the wealth row stays empty. Only 5.7% of creators earn $100,000 or more annually. Raud is already in rare air and still wealth poor. 7 in 10 creators say finances are their top business concern. That anxiety is rational. The P&L has a gross revenue line and an expense line, no savings line. That is the structural problem. The reason it keeps happening: no one told Raud to build a wealth layer between revenue earned and money available. The creator P&L has never had that row. Standard templates do not include it. Most CPAs working with W-2 employees do not think to add it. Every month for 5 years, money came in, taxes went out, production costs went out. Whatever was left became life. Wealth accumulation was never a line item, never had a dollar amount, never had a transfer attached to it. The infrastructure simply did not exist. This is not a budgeting problem. This is infrastructure. Most creators at the $100,000 to $500,000 tier do not have a dedicated savings or investment allocation. Every dollar after taxes and reinvestment is treated as spendable or held as a liquidity buffer. The P&L has no wealth row. That one missing row is the entire gap between creator income and creator wealth. It is not a complicated fix. It is not a sacrifice. It is one line that nobody drew. The fix is one line. A wealth allocation, 5 to 10% of net income, moved automatically before it becomes spendable. At $260,000 net, that is $13,000 to $26,000 per year, routed to an investment account that compounds whether or not you upload. One line on the P&L, added now. That takes a $180,000 net worth and starts pointing it toward $310,000 plus over the next 5 years. Still not at the FI number, but moving toward it instead of falling further behind. This is general education. Your specific numbers depend on your state, your structure, and your income mix. A CPA who works with creators can model the exact allocation for your situation. What they cannot do is add the RAW for you. The action is simple. Open a brokerage account if you do not have one. Set an automatic transfer from your business checking, $100 to $2,200 per month at this income level. Do it before the money becomes liquid. Do not wait for the right moment or the right amount. The amount matters less than the fact that the line exists. One row on the P&L, that row changes the outcome. A creator who earns well for a decade and never builds, that row has nothing to show for it. A creator who builds it has something that grows whether or not they upload. Make the line item real.